Well.
Hey, everybody,
Good
it's Ian
evening.
Eagle. You are
Oh, there
watching
you go.
NYYANKEE Mania, the best.
Yes, there you go. Our guy, Iron Eagle. Let's go. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our NBA preview show. Thank you, Joe. Happy Friday, everyone. I hope everyone is having a great day. Obviously, thank you to everyone who's tuning in into this stream. I'm here with Sean Browning, one of our co-hosts for NYYANKEE Mania. But tonight is the NBA show at 6 o'clock. First of all, Sean, thank you for joining. Obviously, in great morning stream this morning. We talked a lot about the Yankees baseball, which we'll get to later on. But guys, today on the NBA preview show, we'll talk about tonight's games that are going on. Also, we're going to talk about the updated standings, and we're going to talk about the trade with Trae Young and CJ McCollum and how it's going to affect both teams going forward. And also, what do we expect from Trae Young when he comes back from the injury, because he hasn't obviously he's not on the court. He's still recovering from the injury. So I want to get your thoughts on what's going to happen when he comes back on the court. And also, we're going to talk about John Morant. Obviously, Miami has been linked to John Morant, and see what other teams are interested. And the All-Star break for NBA is around the corner. So we're going to get to that. And it's crazy how the season is flying by already. So, but Sean, welcome. Welcome to the NBA preview show. How you doing? And let's get your thoughts first on all this.
I think with Trey Young, um, I think the smart thing would be to ease him in with that injury.
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it is, but I mean, just if it's taking so long for him to recover from it, the best bet is to like let him go 75%, just get him in the minutes, and then let him get back in there, and then tell him, hey, 75%. Let's not you know risk further injury, and then you're out longer period of time. I mean, he's a good young player, you know, but yeah, I want to see him actually come to a full recovery and then work his way in the games longer. But yeah, it's one of the times where I'm okay with the work management.
Mm-hmm.
It should specifically be for like guys that have injury issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, Ken? Welcome to the stream. Yes, definitely. Next time, I'm going to be wearing our NBA shirts. And then also Sean has to be wearing an NBA shirt too. um,
Yeah, I gotta give me one. I'll
by
get
the
it.
way, the background for this NBA preview show is amazing. Joe, shout out to Joe, man. He's been doing great with these backgrounds for each show, and the one that he sent us for today's NBA show is amazing. And but to Trae Young, he the injury is a right knee, a bruised right knee. So when it comes to that, they got it's no joke, and um, they got to ease him back into the games. And I feel like I think they want. If I were them, wait till he, excuse me, wait till he's 100% and ready to go, because this is the type of guy you traded for and you want to build around. So make sure he's okay, healthy, and ready to go, and go from there. And when it comes to CJ McCollum, I really love him as a player. I think he fits perfectly with the Hawks. And by the way, the Hawks are currently 20-23, sitting in a good position for the play-in tournament. They're playing good basketball. Um, and I think CJ McCollum fits much better with the team, and it gives them a scoring capability like Trae Young. But CJ McCollum brings a different um, dimension to the team, and defense also. He's a good defender. So I think he fits better there than Trae Young. And I'm interesting to see what Trae Young does when he finally gets back on the court with the Wizards. I know they're rebuilding, um, and they're having a horrible season. But I think they think with Trae Young coming in, I think they think that he's going to give them a little jolt to the offense and to the fan base. But Sean, I want to get your thoughts so far on CJ McCollum's with the Hawks so far.
Oh no, he's been killing it. I've been watching different clips and different videos of him,
Mm-hmm.
and I love the hustle that he plays with. And yeah, he brings a nice dynamic with the Hawks. He's fitting in with the chemistry so far. But I like what I see so far, and I hope I continue to improve on it and build up on it.
Yeah. And speaking of the Hawks, they obviously they lost yesterday to the Trailblazers, but like I said, they're 20-23. They're sitting in a good position for the play, and the Wizards are playing. Speaking of the Wizards, they're playing the Kings today at 10 o'clock on the road. They're currently 10-29. The Kings are 11-30. So this is, I mean, obviously both teams are struggling. So it's going to be interesting to see about this game, in my opinion. And Ken brought up another point here. It says OKC and the Clippers have been a good run, 8-2 of the last. Yep, you're right. The Clippers have been playing better. What's up, Johnny?
What's up,
Johnny,
guys? How you doing?
Welcome to the NBA.
Yeah,
Street.
sorry. I was a bozo. I left my my MacBook on since this morning and it died. So I had to plug in and charge it.
Yeah, so we were just talking about the Trae Young so far. Trae, obviously, he hasn't been on the court because of a right knee injury, but I want to get Johnny. I want to get your thoughts on this also, the trade and who will have a better impact going forward, because I brought up saying CJ McCollum fits better with the Hawks, and they're currently sitting well in the play-in tournament. But I want to get your thoughts on this.
I agree. I am a fan of actually CJ. With the Hawks, I feel like they're in a good position to do well. I know they lost. Was it last night? I think they played.
Yeah, last
or
night.
I know they did lose. I was thinking, was it the Trailblazers that they played?
Jailblazers, yeah.
Trailblazers, yeah. They lost. But besides that, I do feel good about this trade. I feel like they're going to benefit the most out of this whole deal.
Yeah, Bill O calls it the Jailblazers.
Yeah,
Bill O, you're funny.
But
no. Yeah, no, it's good though that he's playing, and that like I said, the hustle is important, especially in basketball. You can, but you know, and then the chemistry with the team, they're playing a lot better with him.
yes.
So it's you know, matter of thing. But if the teams that build the momentum at this point are gonna be dangerous down the stretch.
Yeah. Hey, it's all about building chemistry, and that's why these teams, they like to do. Some teams like to do early trades before way before the trade deadline, so they can get the chemistry down. And sometimes teams struggle when they make trades at the deadline, because after, like, towards the deadline and after the All-Star break, that's when they get these teams who are competing get down to business, and most teams struggle with when they make trades during that time frame. So that's why I think teams love to do trades way before, sometimes too, before the trade deadline, to get the chemistry down easily. Ken brought up a few good points here, guys. OKC and the Clippers have been in a good run, 8-2 the last 2 games.
Yes.
Clippers have been playing well. And then he said Celtics and Knicks are in a dogfight in Atlantic through. The Knicks have been getting hammered lately. Yeah, that's true. Knicks have been struggling.
Dude, Knicks, they lost. Was it their last
7 games?
7 out of their last 10 games? I think it was. Like it's been bad. There's been bad chemistry, and you just mentioned chemistry. That's the funny thing. Lately, there hasn't been a good chemistry with the team. There's been issues with Karl Anthony Towns and Mike Brown. They seem to be having a problem. I feel like they need to have like a team meeting, sit it out. Let all your issues out, figure out what it is, because as of right now, how this team is playing, they're not doing anything.
Yeah. And the problem, obviously the problem, I mean, I'm not making any excuses here, but Jalen Brunson has been injured. And he didn't play last night, or didn't play the last game, which was yesterday against the Warriors. And it showed how bad it affected them. The Warriors put up 126 points, and the defense for the Knicks has been struggling lately too, giving up 100 plus points in the last games. And I mean, obviously we have a lot of depth this year, which is good. That's why I'm not worried that in my opinion, they have to ease back Jalen Brunson, because obviously he's your star player and you want him healthy. So I'm not too worried. Obviously we lost the 2nd seed. Right now we're in the 3rd seed, and the Celtics are up in the 2nd. Because Celtics are, by the way, speaking of Celtics, they're playing amazing basketball without Jason Tatum. So once they get Tatum back, watch out, man. Those Celtics.
It's scary. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna be a scary team.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, Ken, you're right. The Raptors are closing also in on Atlantic too. Raptors are. Well, let me ask you this: are you surprised how well the Raptors are playing so far this year?
I didn't expect it. I'll be honest. I didn't expect them to be this well, playing this well. It wasn't on my list.
Yeah,
When I first was looking at the beginning of the season, that's not something, dude, I thought we were going to play as well as they are right now. So, I mean, props to them.
Sean?
yeah. No, I wasn't sure because I know like right after they won the title a couple years ago, they kind of went into a rebuild. So, yeah, it wasn't like you were sure of it, but you were like, it's a good team. And then with the Atlantic Conference, the real I mean, you know how it is. It's a dogfight with some teams, and then sometimes you get these late guys late teams that surge around this time of year.
Yeah.
So, maybe the Raptors are just getting hot at the right time, and they're gonna give the Knicks a hard time, and also the Celtics.
Yeah, and the Raptors are currently 25-17, and they played the Clippers tonight, which is going to be a good game because the Clippers are on fire. They're 17-23. First, they only to start the season they were only at 6 wins, and now they have 17. So which is remarkable to see on how hot of a pace they are right now in the Western Conference. And I want to let's bring up today's games. 7:00 Cavaliers 76ers today. That's another good game. Pelicans Pacers. 7:00 Clippers Raptors 7:30. Nets Bulls 7:30. And Evan and Jason will be live at the game. Nets and Bulls at 7:30. So that's gonna be a good thing. Timberwolves Rockets at 9:30. Wizards Kings at 10. So those are the games for today. And what games intrigues you guys with for tonight?
Well, not to repeat ourselves, but I'm definitely into the Clippers and the Raptors. I feel like that's gonna be a good one. That's the one I'm most interested in. And just to support Evan, I'm going to say also the Bulls and the Nets.
Yeah, and also I think the Cavaliers and the Sixers are playing, or the Cavaliers and somebody on ESPN.
I think Cavaliers should be ESPN. I gotta check the ESPN game tonight. I think.
Yeah, but I forget who they're playing. I seen it on the ESPN earlier this afternoon. They're supposed to play at 7.
Yeah, Cavaliers Sixers.
Yeah, Sixers and Cavaliers. That's a game I want to be that I'm gonna be interested in, but also the Nets and the Celtics.
Nets Bulls. Yeah.
Oh, Nets Bulls. Yeah, sorry, I'm thinking 3 different things, and then I'm trying to like pay attention, kind of with the free agent stuff with baseball at the same time in the background.
Get to that actually after this.
Yeah, I know later on, but I'm just keeping an eye just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just gonna be good though. I mean, especially around this stretch. Now with the MVP, the All-Star series, you think it should be? I think the way they should do it now is kind of like what the NFL did, where they just make it a series of contests, 3-point shooters, dunks.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, obviously East and West. Back in the day, it used to be nice with the East and West, and they did the draft with Team LeBron, Team Durant. So they've been switching it over the years. So, the All-Star break, obviously, they're trying to make it more entertaining, more fun for the fans, and they've been doing a good job of that. And I'm interesting to see what goes on here with this one, and I got to find out. But the All-Star break will be in Los Angeles this year.
Yeah.
So I believe that they're doing a great job of it, making changes to it, and getting entertaining, especially for dunk contests. They're getting a lot of bringing in a lot of entertaining dunkers this time. I mean, a couple years ago, like Mac McClung, obviously during the G League player, but he's shown that he has a hops when it comes to dunking. So he won back-to-back championships in the dunk contest. So it's good to see some of more high flyers there. So
yeah, and then it's going to be interesting too, because especially when they do it, and college college basketball for the men's and women's
Mhm.
is starting to heat up. Get close as we get closer to the March Madness tournament.
Yep.
That mid-January through February, it heats up. So it's going to be really interesting just because then you get to kind of see who might emerge as, top guys to be
Well,
in
one
that.
of the top guys I'm really excited for, the tall guy, AJ. I can't pronounce his name, but he already connected with LeBron. He's one of the top prospects coming out. I gotta look at his name. Let me look at his name now.
Yeah.
I
There's
know who you're
also,
talking about. Yeah, it's what's his name?
AJ something. I remember. There he is, my friend Assad. What up?
Hey, what's up?
Welcome to
What's
the
up,
chat.
fellas? Hello.
You got your
Hello.
Brooklyn Nets shirt on. I like it.
The team, man. Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Johnny Salami on the bottom right and
Hey, how you doing, Johnny?
Sean Browning top right.
All right, I'm gonna start.
What's up, Assad? How you doing, bro?
I'm gonna start calling you. Here comes Johnny. So
There you go.
here's Johnny. But
So we were talking about obviously the Trae Young trade and obviously all that and the tonight's games. Obviously the Nets are playing the Bulls, but I want to get your thoughts on the trade so far. Obviously Trae Young hasn't made his debut yet, but he's recovering from an injury. But we'll just talk about the trade overall and,
all right.
what do you think? Who benefit better?
I would say honestly, so when the Trae Young trade came out first, when he requested a trade, I was looking at that. I'm like, interesting. So I would say even though Trae Young has not debuted yet, I think he's gonna slowly make some noise and stuff. But if anything, I think in the NBA, this is gonna start opening up what's the term, NBA and Christmas, because I think during this time until leading up to the trade deadline, we're gonna start seeing which teams are in the playoff contention and which teams are gonna start selling. So I think at that time, Atlanta was more in a little bit sell mode, but then when Trae Young voiced his opinion, like, "Hey, I want to get traded," so I think that's why the process got quickly and stuff. And I heard that the one basketball player that got traded to Atlanta, I think was it CJ McCollum or something like that. He got quickly released. So this is gonna, if anything, this is gonna start a trend. And like we mentioned, the Brooklyn Nets. I found interesting that Trae Young mentioned Brooklyn as one place that he wanted to be traded to. But I think right now, when it's said and done, honestly, I don't know what the mentality of Brooklyn is, because 1 minute they're thinking draft, one other minute they're thinking Michael Porter Jr. and maybe look at other trades. But to hear that Trae Young actually named Brooklyn as one of the destinations was really humbling. So I was like, all right, at least the name is getting recognized. So
Yeah.
I would say, if anything, this Trae Young trade kind of opened doors to, I believe, we might be seeing soon NBA and Christmas. So definitely exciting time in NBA, and definitely, as you see from other news this is going on, definitely exciting times in the world of sports.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I found the name of the top prospect right now in college basketball, AJ DiBencia.
And G,
Yeah,
okay.
he already connected with LeBron actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, watch
Yeah.
out for this name, guys. I think this guy, one of like I said, talented player, and I think he can make a big impact in the NBA pretty soon.
One name I'm definitely looking after. I believe was it Carlos? Is it Carlos Boozer's son? Who's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
he's projected to be a top 3 pick. So there you go. Like, I'm keeping my eyes on him and stuff, because I think slowly but surely we're going to start hearing more names as it comes more to the trade deadline and stuff. So definitely, this is some good times to be an NBA fan right now.
So it's Cameron and Caden Boozer.
Okay. Oh, so so that's cool. So he has twins playing in the college right now. And then apparently I heard that both of them are doing really good right now. So
Yeah.
So that right there proves the apple don't fall far away from the tree. So like the father was really good, and now are they twins, or they're
twins. Yeah.
Okay, they're twins, right? So there you go. Like, they're starting to make noises as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to ask everybody a question. So now I want to get to the standing so far. Obviously, the Pistons are number 1 at 29. We'll start with the Eastern Conference.
Okay.
Pistons are 29-10. Obviously, been always this whole year been the top team in basketball, and Cade Cunningham is playing out of his mind. I love him as a player. I think he's a star, already a star in the NBA. And then you got the Celtics at second place, 25-15, even without Jason Tatum. And I don't know when he's going to come back, but when he comes back, that team is dangerous. And then you got the Knicks at third place, struggling a little bit at 25-16, and the Raptors right behind them at 25-17. The Sixers 22-17, Magic 23-18, Cleveland 23-19, and then you got the 7-8-9 with the Cavaliers, Heat, Bulls. But I want to ask you guys a question. What are your thoughts so far in this Eastern Conference, and any surprises and wherever these teams are ranked so far? And obviously the Pistons are kind of a surprise, but I think this is their time now. But what are your thoughts so far in the Eastern Conference?
I guess I'll go first. I would say, to me, there's a couple of surprises. One, like you said, Nathan, the Pistons, because I didn't really think that the Pistons were making noise, and to hear that they're doing all these moves, especially Kate Cunningham, I'm really surprised with that. I would say another team, actually, their momentum's been really good recently, but meaning like years in, but they've been definitely taking a big step, is the Orlando Magic, because I know we've heard their name before, but not to think that they're really taking the step is really good. Another team that kind of surprised me, but they're actually going on the down low, is Cleveland, because I know they've been top for the last couple of years, and so especially with Kenny Atkins, but now to hear that they've fallen down and stuff, I'm like, interesting. So those are like, as of right now, those are my like top three teams I'm very shocking as in interested. I know the Knicks are sliding right now, but I think sooner or later they're gonna start clicking again. So I can't really count out the Knicks right now.
Yep. Anybody, Sean or Johnny?
Yeah. So as of right now, definitely the Pistons. That was a big surprise, and props to them. It's been a while since they won. And then the other team too that makes me really nervous, who's actually not a surprise, but I feel like they could, knock out the Pistons, is the Celtics. I mean, without Tatum, they're doing this without Tatum. They're playing this well. It's a little scary. I know right now, as I'm a Knicks fan. We're having our struggles right now. And being a Knicks fan, I'm just used to doom and gloom. So I don't have the best outlook, but that's just how I'm programmed over years and years of misery. I'm hoping they get it back together once Brunson comes back. But my biggest concern right now with the Knicks is just I feel like there might be some leadership issues going on right now, and that's causing chemistry issues. But if they can get that together and they start playing like they did, say, back in early December, that's kind of when they were really playing decent, or before that, I think it'll be good. But as of right now, it's been pretty bad. They have the second worst defense in this month, so that's pretty bad. But that's what I feel for the East. I would say Pistons are the biggest surprise, and then I'll say number 2 would be Celtics.
Yep. Sean?
Yeah, I'm right there. But also the thing that kind of blew my mind is how well the some of the teams like the Magic are coming alive right now. Also the Hawks are kind of starting to pull something. I don't know if they're gonna really come off, but it might be a miracle for them.
Mm-hmm.
But the Sixers too, they're not too far behind the pack. But yeah, the Knicks, they gotta kind of get it together. But I think the real big threats right now is the Celtics and the Pistons.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you. And obviously with the Knicks chemistry, obviously Johnny hit it on the head, because the chemistry is not there, and plus leadership issues is not there. No one is no one is stepping up and talking. Jalen Brunson is usually that guy who steps in, but obviously, unfortunately, he can still do something on the sideline, but he's not really doing anything. But I think when Jalen Brunson comes back, and once everything is and once they get the chemistry back, and obviously the routine back, I think everything would be fine. Mike Brown is capable of getting them back into the right direction, and we're still sitting in a good position at third spot. So, but like I said, I agree. I think the surprise for me is the Celtics and the Pistons, but I'll put the Magic in there, and the Magic was struggling actually in the beginning of the season, but now they turned it around, and they have a heck of a coach, and obviously Pablo Banchero, a star in the game. I like him as a player, and that's another team to watch out for. So I'm going to reverse this now and ask you guys, who are some of the disappointments in the Eastern Conference so far. Obviously, I already know what one team, but I want to ask you guys first. Who are some of the disappointments so far in the Eastern Conference so far?
Right now,
Yeah, go ahead, Sean.
right now, the Bulls, they kind of just keep putting themselves in the foot every time they want. They shoot themselves in the foot over and over and over. Every time they get a little bit of momentum, they turn it over. They don't. They don't have that discipline with the ball.
Yeah.
And I mean, they got the chemistry when they make it, but yeah, the momentum. They just keep killing their own momentum rather than teams getting the turnovers on 'em. But yeah, that's one team that's just really kind of disappointing because they got some young kids, young studs, and they got a couple stars there on that team.
I like Giddy. I love Giddy as a player. And
Yeah.
the Bulls actually started off strong this season, and all of a sudden they faded. But yeah, Assad or Johnny?
Sure. I would say for me, the one team that's kind of been a disappointment are the Pacers, because remember they were in the finals last year with the Oklahoma City Thunder, which to me I found to be a pretty good NBA final. So now to see that they're 15th in the standings, that's kind of like disappointing. And I was like, oh wow, okay, maybe they're missing what's his name? Who got?
Halliburton?
Yes, those guys. And
What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, and you're done.
I agree. I was actually going to say the same thing with the Pacers. I know it's not necessarily their fault because they have an injury, but I mean, like you said, they were in the finals last year. You would think, they would be back and stuff. But I mean, it just shows you how important, having everybody healthy and being on the team to play. If you don't have that, you can definitely fall apart. The next season. That's what it feels so crazy. And whenever you have opportunity to win, like being in the finals, there's always that saying, for any like a final Super Bowl, World Series, it may never come again.
Yeah,
and it could fall apart that quick, and it just proved that self right there. So that's why I feel.
Oh yeah.
and Ken brought up a great point actually. The Pacers, he said the Pacers are the Walking Dead. Can't believe how bad they are this season. Yeah, and that goes to show that missing a guy like all-star player and Tyrese Halliburton, man, the star player, and it is making a big impact. And they lost Miles Turner to the Bucks, and which brings up to my disappointment team so far is the Milwaukee Bucks. They're sitting at 17-24 at the 11th seed. Obviously, they can still compete for the play-in, but right now they're a disappointment. I didn't expect this from a quality Bucks team, a good head coach, a great head coach, I should say, in Doc Rivers. And it seems like every single year they get stuck with these trade rumors with Giannis, and every single year Doc Rivers says, "No, we're not trading Giannis. Giannis is a big part of our team," and I think, to be honest, this is a distraction to them, in my opinion, becoming a distraction, and it's not focused. But getting a guy like Miles Turner, that was a big, because he's obviously a force of nature on the front court. He can rebound, play defense, score the basket. And I really thought when they made that addition that they would be a good team. And so far, it's not looking like that. And it's sitting at 17-24. And obviously, Giannis is now committed with this team. He wants to help this team win. So let's see I think this is a team that needs to make a trade or two to get back into this race and obviously play for the play-in or whatever, or if they want to go move up. Right now, that's a disappointment for me. And obviously, the Pacers are disappointment. And I wouldn't say Miami is a disappointment at 21-20. Obviously, we already know what they're going to get. What we're going to get with Eric Spoelstra, first ballot Hall of Fame coach, in my opinion, when he's done. Eric Spoelstra has been amazing for that team. Pat Riley hit it on the head with this when he hired this guy, and he comes from an amazing background, amazing story. And I think the Heat will be fine. I think sitting at 21-20, they'll be fine. And I think they're going to make some trades also, in my opinion. But before we switch to the Western Conference, I want to talk about the Nets, aside, since you're up here, and obviously Evan and his brother Jason are at the game. But just talk about, what are your thoughts so far as a Nets fan? And they're sitting at 11-27, and they're in the 11th. They're in the 13th seed. Which actually they can still, if everything goes well, they can still compete for the play-in tournament if they make trades. But what are your guys' thoughts so far on the Brooklyn Nets? And do you think they should make any trades.
So my thought is, like I think I shared it with you, Nathan, the other day. I was actually kind of confused the other day because they put a post saying that, depending on where their draft stock is, they may look to see if they're going to trade Michael Porter Jr. or not. Listen, at the end of the day, is either you keep him or you're going to trade him. Don't try to mess with the fans. Don't try to say you're going to do this, this, this. When Trey said that he wanted to come to Brooklyn, but Brooklyn said that no, we're not willing to sacrifice any draft picks and players and such. That kind of gave a sense that, all right, I think they're in the trade mode and they're looking to make some trades and stuff. So if anything, I still think that when it's said and done, come trade deadline, they're gonna make some noise, because right now in the trade deadline, I do believe that Michael Porter Jr. is still the hottest name right now. Even after John Morant, even after Anthony Davis and such, like, we'll hear whispers, but I still think that he's the hot name. But as of right now, I was talking to a friend. If I got to compare Michael Porter Jr. to Mikal Bridges, I feel like Michael Porter Jr. is having a much better season and experience on the Nets compared to Mikal Bridges. And unless the Nets are very, very enamored with a trade package for Michael Porter Jr., I'm going to say, if anything, if the Nets do make trades, they'll help other teams to facilitate, as in they'll probably be like the third or fourth team, especially if we hear names like Jay Moran or Anthony Davis or and such. There'll be a third and fourth team. Other than that, until we get some clarity, we're going to hear a lot of back and forth about draft position. They're in it, draft position in Michael Porter Jr., so we're going to hear a lot of back and forth with that.
Yeah, I agree with you. Johnny or Sean?
I agree with what Saad just said. If I can ask you a question, because you're better for the Knicks than me, just because the Nets better than me, because me being a Knicks fan. What say if they were to make these trades? What do you want to see to improve your team? Because obviously you had struggles over the years and stuff. What do you want to see to add to your team? Because obviously, this season, nothing really is going to happen but to get you better into next season.
Mm-hmm. So I would say, if anything that makes us better in the team is definitely the one key word is draft assets. Because the reason I'm saying that is because the Nets, I forgot how much, but they still do have a good amount of cap space to be able to absorb a couple of bad contracts.
Yeah.
When you absorb those bad contracts, you still get a lot of draft capital as well. So if anything, the one thing that can definitely improve the team, as we're seeing, like, even though despite the standings, we're seeing like their 3 or 4 first-round picks, they're starting to mesh a little bit when they're healthy. Like Igor and everybody else, like when healthy, they're able to mesh together. So again, like, only expectation I got for the Nets right now to improve themselves is, all right, draft asset. That's it. Figure out that direction. Where do you want to go? Either you want to focus on the draft or you want to focus on trying to make a playoff condition. You can't focus both. So the direction I feel like they should still go is get as much draft capital as well, because I'm still hoping to see the Nets. Maybe if they got to cry like the Mavericks last year when they got Cooper Flag in the league. I'm hoping to see the team at least get a top 2 or top 3 pick.
And if I were the Nets, I would hold out hope for the Boozer twin, one of the Boozer twins, or the guy I just mentioned, AJ David. I got to pronounce his name right, but he's one of the other top prospects in the league. And if I were the Nets, I would hold out for that. But I think I agree. I saw that's interesting. I agree with you. I think instead of the Nets making trades, I think the Nets will be might most likely be the team to help make trades happen for other teams.
Yeah,
draft picks back from these teams. So I can see that definitely happening to see, especially with John Morant now on the market. I don't know if he's officially on the market, but teams I know he's been linked to Miami and also Ken. All right, before we get to the Western Conference, thank you, Ken, for bringing that up. And obviously, if you guys missed the episode last couple days ago, our client Noah Eagle was on the show. Obviously, and he spoke highly of Jordi Fernandez. So he loves Jordi Fernandez as a head coach in Brooklyn. So and he also brought up he also brought up that the Nets should go after Jonathan Kuminga. So speaking of that, guys, what are your thoughts on obviously Jonathan Kuminga requesting a trade from Golden State. And where do you guys think he's the best fit? And also, let's talk about John Moran while we're at it too.
Sure. I was saying Jonathan Kuminga definitely requesting a trade is very interesting. I'm going to say from my earlier statement, if anything, I think Brooklyn helps to facilitate, but I don't see John Kuminga coming to the Brooklyn Nets. If anything, I could see him probably helping one of the early playoff teams in the Eastern Conference. Like, look at this. If you look at the standings right now, shoot, maybe that might be an underrated team. Maybe he may get traded to the Celtics or maybe the Pistons or something like that. Maybe the Knicks come knocking, like, hey, what was it going to take to get Jonathan Kuminga? But I could see him possibly going to those top three teams.
Yeah. I mean, Johnny or Sean?
I agree. If he's going to get traded, it's going to be a team that's going to try to push him into the playoffs. Probably on the East. That's what I see. I'm not sure if so much for the Celtics. I feel like they have what they need to go forward, and they know Tatum's coming back. If they were to make that happen, that'd be a little scary. But I think they have the right chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I don't see any of the Knicks ending like that. Quite possibly, maybe trying to think who else he could possibly go to. Who was our fourth seed? I can't remember.
Oh, Raptors.
Raptors. Possibly the Raptors. Yeah, maybe the Raptors are our fifth seed team, but maybe, I could see that happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Also, Kuminga. I mean, he's a great young player. He's shown what he can do with the Warriors, and I would love to see Brooklyn go after him or the Knicks go after him. Obviously, the Knicks would be a good place for him, but yeah, I could definitely see one of those contending teams get them, especially also in the Western Conference or teams in the Eastern Conference. So that would be interesting. And then John Morant now obviously linked to Miami. Yep. I could see him going to Miami. I'll give you another team. I can Minnesota missed out on Trae Young, so I can definitely see John Morant possibly going to Minnesota to pair with Anthony.
Yeah, that or Miami. I think those are the two for him. And for the other guy, Kayenge, or how you pronounce his name, from the Warriors, I could see him going to an Eastern Conference playoff team, one of them, because he's a guy that's an X factor. The scrappy player. You can roll off the bench, and he gonna create a momentum swing with a defensive play, with the rebounding. It's just something he's gonna spark something off the bench, like the Robert Horry types, the Van Exel types. You don't need him to score 30+ points. I mean, but if he does, hey, the more power to him. But if you got him, that team's gonna really mesh because he's a guy that can do that.
Yeah. And Johnny
didn't Jeremy Morant? I think he just bought a house in Miami. Not that doesn't mean you can't live where you want. I mean, you're making that much money, but I mean that might be a possibility. Maybe there's something in the works where he knows he's going to be going down there. Mm-hmm. So that's very possible.
I thought most athletes do have a off-season house in the South Florida.
And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, but I mean it's a quiet possibility. He's going to go to Miami.
Assad?
Yes.
Where do you think John Morant will
go? John Morant right now, I would say I think the number one team is definitely the Heat because, he's been linked to the Heat and he's also been saying like he's been wanting to go to the Heat because I think nowadays, like I noticed, especially in the NBA, like a couple of players, like they are kind of having says to where they want to get traded to. So I could definitely see the Heat. I would say an underrated place that he might get traded to, same state, possibly the Magic, because nobody thought that the Magic would be the 6th seed, and they're starting to mesh well and everything, and it is in Florida too. So I would say the two teams I could possibly see John Morant going to is either the Heat or underrated move, the Magic as well.
Interesting. That's an interesting team. Yeah, and Bill said don't count out Portland either on John Morant. I could definitely see that. Obviously with Lillard out. Yeah, and Ken, Chris Paul. When it comes to Chris Paul, I don't see him retiring right now. I think he wants to play, and I can see him obviously going to a contender. I just don't know which team will be interested in Chris Paul. Maybe the Celtics, maybe the Knicks, but I don't think the Knicks will take a chance on him.
No.
Maybe the Pistons, or maybe OKC Thunder. I don't know. Maybe for a depth
I
piece.
think
So
with Chris Paul, it's got to be a team that's got an established core
yeah,
that just needs like a veteran, former star, somebody that can lead that like leadership. I mean, Chris Paul's not the young Chris Paul that can take over a game anymore.
and that team would be the Pistons. Perfect, ideal situation for Chris Paul. He can mentor them, even OKC too. But I want him. He deserves a ring, man. Before I feel bad for him, and obviously everybody remembers what happened when David Stern, rest in peace, when he vetoed the trade.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be a Laker back in the day, but he vetoed the trade. So,
Mhm.
I mean, he deserves a ring. I hope he gets another opportunity. I hope someone gives him another opportunity to play, because this guy's a true professional, and I think it was wrong how the Clippers did this and by releasing him and getting and parting ways. So I think he deserves another opportunity. I just don't know where. And Ken brought up another question, which is obviously Anthony Davis has been linked to trade rumors, especially with the Warriors. He's been linked to the Warriors a lot. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens, to see maybe like a Draymond Green swap or whatever. But what do you guys think, real quick? What do you guys think Anthony Davis will go if he does get traded from the Mavericks?
I mean, does Anthony Davis really have the same factor as he used to? I mean,
Still, when healthy, he's still dominant.
but when he's healthy,
Yeah.
when he's healthy, he's injury prone. I don't know, man. I mean, I know his name's been out there about trade rumors, but I don't know, where he would go necessarily, and that's gonna, make a big impact.
Yeah,
Just
I don't
based
know.
on, his age and his health.
Is he kind of like today's version of Carmelo Anthony?
That's an interesting. But the
That
problem
is,
is,
yeah, that's actually a good
I don't.
analogy there.
But he does. But the problem, he has a championship though.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
Carmelo does, but I mean I would hate for um Anthony Davis to and just like what I'd hate for Chris Paul to end up like Karl Malone,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
Karl Malone had 3 chances at a championship. 2 of them was versus Jordan, and we know how that went. And then the other one was with the Lakers at the end of his career, when they failed that 4-peat. But with Anthony Davis, it's got to be a team that needs a star, that already has a couple other stars, because Anthony Davis, like with the injuries concerned, he can still kind of lead it, but having LeBron and having Luca on the on the Lakers on that team, he doesn't have to carry the whole weight.
Yeah, but I don't see him going back to Lakers. But
Yeah. So you think, Sean, he would go back?
I don't know if he would go back, but I'm saying he needs kind of a team that's got
Oh,
that
okay, I
kind
see.
of set up already.
well, I'll give you. He's been linked to this team, the Golden State Warriors. They need
Yeah,
fun.
and then that would be fun, because reason why that would be a good team for him to go is because he can draw defenders off of Steph Curry.
Yes. And that pick and roll game would be dangerous. You already know. And then and obviously he already has Steph Curry there, Jimmy Butler, and they have a good supporting cast, and he'll be with a great coach in Steve Kerr. And Anthony Davis is really good at creating double teams also. So if that happens, then it's you already know what's going to happen there. But
Yeah,
and it will help Steph Curry out. That's why they need front court depth. I don't think the Warriors are lacking front court depth, to be honest, on their team. So if they can get a guy like Anthony Davis, maybe trade Draymond Green to Dallas. I don't know, but depending on the package. But that's why I think Golden State is a perfect scenario for Davis.
yeah. I mean, if I was the Lakers, if you were the Lakers, what would you ask?
Oh, I don't see the Lakers bringing him back though at this point. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't see that happening.
The
No.
reverse Luka Doncic trade, no, that's not gonna happen. So yeah.
Yeah, and Ken actually brought up a good point here. I'm gonna who wants to read that one?
Yeah, I can read it. The last one, right? He just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll read it. Young player may be exciting to talk about for trades. However, don't underestimate the value of a seasoned player with playoff experience. And
Mhm.
that's a
Right.
great point. Ken's
Yeah.
And
absolutely right.
that is a great point. That's why I was saying with Chris Paul and with even Anthony Davis at the point, they're seasoned pros. They've been there, done that in a sense. Um, but they're guys you can bring to a team
Mm-hmm.
and they'll mesh in, right? But they'll help the younger players improve their game. Anytime you got a veteran seasoned player, it doesn't matter if they came from a losing team. They bring that they've years of experience and they can help calm down that young because the problem with young players,
Yeah.
they get overexcited in big moments.
Mm-hmm. That's all. What are your thoughts on?
So I would say for Chris Paul, one team I could definitely maybe look to would be the Thunder, as you said, playoff experience and everything, and they're sitting number one now. So if anything at this point, Chris Paul, like he could provide that leadership role and everything. Another team I could possibly see Chris Paul is definitely one of the playoff teams, like as a backup role. Maybe the Pistons, maybe the Celtics. Knicks, not really, but yeah, I could see one of those teams. And as per Anthony Davis, like that's the thing. Like when he's really healthy, he can definitely contribute to his team. But I'm thinking he's at this point of his career. Like unfortunately, injuries are gonna keep going, so he may have to slowly but surely transition to that backup role as well. So if he's gonna transition to the backup role, I would say in the Western Conference, one team that could be possibly going after him is the Rockets with Kevin Durant.
Oh,
Could be one team right there. In the Eastern Conference, I would say, hey, they're a number one seed right now. I can't count them. We can't count them out. Maybe the Pistons go after Anthony Davis because they're the one seed right now. So if they want to make that big splash, why not go after Anthony Davis? And same thing I could say is the Heat. Maybe they go after Anthony Davis. They could do a swap of Anthony Davis for Bam Adebayo and some picks and draft assets and such.
wow, that's some interesting teams you brought up, Assad. Obviously Pistons. I don't know if they would give up on their future, but let's see. But I'm gonna stay with the Warriors.
Okay.
If something else happens, but you never know. Mavericks might not trade them, but let's see. But speaking of the Western Conference, let's switch to the Western Conference. Obviously, we got the OKC Thunder dominating 35-7. Oh man, Gillis Alexander, what a player, man! He fun to watch, and this team is fun to watch. I love watching this Thunder team, and sitting at 35-7. We got the Spurs at 20-13. The Nuggets at 20, tied actually with the Spurs, and then Timberwolves at 27-14. Lakers 24-15. Rockets 23-15. Suns at 24-17, which is kind of surprising to me. Warriors 23-19, and then you go down the rest with the Trailblazers, Grizzlies, Clippers. By the way, Clippers are on fire, so watch out for them. And then you got the bottom feeders. But what do you guys? Let me ask the same thing. What are you guys' thoughts on the Western Conference so far?
Well, I want to say not necessarily surprised, but I think they'll be doing as good. Definitely the Thunder. I mean, that's crazy. They just won, and they're the way it looks like they could repeat. So I think that's pretty amazing. I know the Clippers are starting to play better now, but they were a little bit of a disappointment. I feel like it's about time for them to do something. But when you're in the shadows of the Lakers, it's just one of the things that happens. Fortunately, it's kind of like the Mets and the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's what OKC
35-7.
and their pursuit of the record for most wins in the regular season, which is shared with the Bulls and the Golden State Warriors.
Yep.
So, you know, that's going to be kind of the interesting storyline. But then you also got, you know, the Lakers could turn around. They were starting to head in the right direction, but now they're kind of stalling. Um, yeah, who else? You got a few other teams that are like competing around the second through whatever. Um, but yeah, it's just gonna be interesting. But I mean, really, right now, it's kind of OKC just kind of running around, running away with it.
Yeah, Assad. Yeah.
So I would say I think when it's said and done, Thunder is going to repeat again because nobody's surprised about the Thunder. They got a really good system going on because they built through the NBA drafts, right? So I think that's why one thing that Brooklyn Nets are looking into. So they got. I think when it's said and done, they're going to run it back. Spurs, Nuggets, they're pretty good. Timberwolves, they're actually making some noises and such. So I would say those top four teams right now, so far so good.
Yeah. For me, I would say my surprise is the Suns right now at 24-17. But
Yeah.
if you have a star like Devin Booker, you'll be it's a luxury to have, and they got some good pieces back in the Kevin Durant trade, obviously, and they're meshing well. They're playing with good chemistry. And by the way, Jordan Ott, good hire for the Suns. He came from Brooklyn. He came from Cleveland under Kenny Atkinson, and he has learned a lot as an assistant coach for a while. And now he's getting his chance as a head coach, and he's doing a great job of coaching these young players. And obviously, having a guy like Devin Booker, like I said, is a luxury to have, a star player in the league for a while. And this team, I mean, they're riding high, and they're one of these young teams in the Western Conference can do some noise if they can make a trade or two, in my opinion. And what's up, Kevin? Jacob, welcome to the chat. He said Brunson is key, but Cat or some piece might have to move. I don't see the Knicks trading Karl Anthony Towns at this point. I don't think they need to trade him. But Brunson is the key though. But I don't see them trading Karl Anthony Towns. So
No, he's part of your core. You know, you're in basketball. You got that core of three, that triangle.
mhm.
You're starting five, and Carl Anthony Evers or Towns, whatever, however you pronounce his last name.
Mhm.
Um, he's like when you watch him play, that offense runs through him and Brunson. You
Yep.
know, and then the other guys just play off of those two.
Mhm.
And all you need is find that one guy
Yep.
that complements both Towns and Brunson, and then you can just fill in with role players, and the Knicks will have a juggernaut for years to come.
And that's why my other key player for this team is OG.
Mhm.
Obviously, when healthy, you already know what he can do. Play defense, shoot the ball. He's a good 3-and-D guy. That OG is a big key for the Knicks because when he's we need him for the playoffs too. So I think he have a big impact for the playoffs. And Ken said in the Southwest, don't sleep on them Rockets. Yep, I agree. Those
Oh yeah,
Rockets are playing well.
never
Mhm,
never sleep on the Rockets. Never sleep on the Mavs.
mhm.
Um,
The
those
Mavs,
two teams.
the Mavs are a mess right now, but
Well, the Mavs are a mess, but I'm
Yeah.
saying usually, generally, the Mavs have. But this is a year where they're in the dumpster fire right now. So,
Mhm.
um, but what I'm saying is the Rockets, and also don't sleep on the Suns, even though
yep.
their records really bad.
No, they're
They're
24.
gonna go off a run.
They're 24-17.
Okay, the 24-17. All right, I thought it maybe been more around 500, but
No. Hmm.
yeah, I wouldn't sleep on the Suns. I wouldn't sleep on the Houston Rockets.
Yeah. Houston, they're ready to win. They're in it for the to win it, and for them to get Kevin Durant was a big plus for them. And
Mhm.
obviously, they have the supporting cast around them is amazing. And um, and I think this team, obviously, they're gonna. I think they're gonna make a few moves to improve the bench or to get more depth for playoffs. So let's see what happens there. But I want to talk about the Spurs real quick because
Mhm.
I really love this team also with and Mitch Johnson. I'm happy that they didn't go outside of the organization to replace Popovich. Mitch Johnson was the right fit for this team, job. he learned so many years underneath Coach Popovich, and he knows the team in and out. And for him to get the opportunity, and he's killing it right now as a coach. So shout out to Mitch Johnson, and obviously Greg. No one can replace Popovich. I'm
No.
not saying, but Mitch Johnson is taking this team in the right direction, and they're loaded. They got obviously Wemby. They got our guy Dylan Harper, Rutgers product. Let's go.
Go.
Yeah. They got De'Aaron Fox, another another great talent, and they got so much talent on this team, and they already beat the Thunder 2-3 times this year, so they can beat the Thunder. They've shown they can beat the Thunder. So if I were the Thunder, I would watch out for the Spurs and get because they got their numbers this year so far in the regular season, and it's just the way the Spurs just play so seamlessly. They have their own system, and I feel like Mitch Johnson has them perfectly. Like what Popovich did with the Spurs back in the day, I'm kind of seeing the same trend with Mitch Johnson. So this Spurs team is going to be good for a while, and they're building their next dynasty, and to have that next dynasty already so fast is amazing to see. And obviously, these young players, what a luxury for these young players to lean on. Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, you name it. So that I'm telling you right now, just watch out for the Spurs team, man. I think they definitely can win the championship in a year or so.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the Spurs, they're always known for quick turnarounds. Every time they do a rebuild, they turn back around and then they go on a run. You know, I remember when they had that Tony Parker and all those guys.
Yep. Bill O said it's going to be OKC in the Knicks for the championship. Knicks win it all in 7 games. I hope
That'd be awesome. That'd be so awesome.
Hey,
imagine that finals. Oh my God, I hope it.
oh, that would be something.
Game 7. Let's say, watch this. Ready? I'm gonna do a gameplay scenario. Imagine if it's a Game 7 in Madison Square Garden. Oh my God, with the hyped up crowd. Obviously, Marbury, Tracy Morgan, Ben Stiller, all these people will be there.
Oh yeah.
Game 7 in the NBA Finals against the defending champs, OKC Thunder.
Don't forget.
Knicks can pull that off at home. That city is gonna go. Woo.
Yeah, don't forget Spike Lee gonna be there.
Yeah, Spike Lee. Spike Lee. Let's go.
Shoot, I won't be surprised if our friend Aaron Judge is in there.
Yeah. Aaron,
Oh, everybody's gonna be there.
Yeah, everything's gonna be there.
I'm gonna make sure everybody is there. I'm gonna make sure everyone's there for that if that happens.
Yeah, take Cody Bellinger with you. So
Yeah. I mean, guys, it's getting closer to 7:00.
Yeah. So, if guys, do we have any more questions in the chat or statements in the chat about the NBA? And obviously, it's a small, light schedule today, which is surprising for the NBA games. But I think we covered everything here. I think we did a great job of covering both conferences and the trade rumors and all that. But Ken just said here, if the Knicks bite the dust again, are they going to fire the? No, they're not going to fire the coach.
No, they won't.
Mike Brown is
fire
no.
I think they're gonna keep
Why would
Brown
they
for a
fire
while.
Mike? No.
if anything, Brown's like the perfect complement to replacing Thibodeau. So yeah, he's been doing really good with that.
Yeah, they won't fire him.
It's not the coach's fault. It's right now. It's just obviously chemistry issues and the way they're playing, and obviously they're missing Jalen. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but they're missing Jalen Brunson. When he comes back, he's like the floor general for the Knicks. He's a quarterback for the Knicks. He dictates everything. He's the most important position in basketball. As people say, the quarterback is the most position in the NFL. The point guard position is the most important position.
Oh
yeah. So
you've got there's 2 positions you gotta be strong at in basketball: point guard and center.
Yes. I mean, obviously now we don't really have a dominant center in the league, but
you don't. I mean, because you gotta pass, you gotta get into the paint to open up the wing. You know what I mean?
Maybe we should bring back Shaq. Call him out of retirement.
Shaq, Morning,
for a couple of games.
maybe Morning can still play with the Heat.
Yeah.
As president of the organization, he can or whatever. I know he's in a senior position with the organization, but he can go up there and suit up. Hey, I'm playing.
Yeah. So, guys, any final thoughts before we go and get ready for the next stream?
I would say,
Um,
like within maybe a week or so or two, we'll find out which teams are in playoff contention, which are not, and we're gonna start hearing more names that I'm gonna say we're gonna start hearing names that we never expected to be in trade rumors and such.
Yeah.
we're literally right about the halfway mark right now. So I'm just gonna for the Knicks fans here and stuff, and in the comments and stuff. We got to get it together. We have a lot of we have we can definitely win. We've shown it. But right now things aren't looking good. There's still a lot of basketball left. As long as we get it together, I'm feeling pretty good. But as of right now, I'm a little worried. But I'm just accustomed to that as being a Knicks fan. So please just get it together, and do it ASAP. Doesn't matter if Brunson's there. Doesn't matter or not. Like, you should still be winning games. But that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, this next week you'll have a clearer picture of who's going to be on the trade block, which stars are going to request a trade again, and you'll know which teams are kind of selling or what, things are kind of, it'll be a clearer picture. And also, you'll see who's really going to be in contention or who's just going to think, some teams will just spin out around this time, but I think Knicks will pull together, but also the other teams will kind of start going on their runs. But yeah, we'll see where it goes all.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Ken from the Ugly Truth. Thank you, Ken, for being here, and thank you for this. Hit the like, share, and subscribe to NYYANKEE Mania. Thank you, guys. Yeah, whoever's new in here, please hit the subscribe, like button. We got big things happening here. My team and I are booking more guests for you guys, to stay tuned. A lot of big things, and also a lot of big things happening with our Job in the Mouth show and with my new company that I'm with. So a lot of big things happening, and thank you guys for joining the NBA show. And later on tonight at 7:30, we're gonna have a Yankee talk. So we're not done yet. So guys, please continue to tune in with these shows. A lot of big things happening. So thank you guys. Great NBA stream. Shout out to Johnny Salami, Assad, and Sean Browning for joining. Great takes, and let's keep this going. And see you at 7:30, guys. There we have it.
Great stream, everyone. I just wanted to let everybody know, to wet your palates a little bit. It's reported now that the Yankees and the Mets are fighting for Cody Bellinger.
I knew it.
Who is going to win the fight?
Buckle up.
I knew it. About it at 7:30.
I'm fired up. Let's go.
Let's go.
7:30. Do the Yankees go the extra mile or not? Let's talk about it in a half hour. I just wanted to whet your appetite. This is according to reporter Pat Raguzzo. So let's see what goes on.
Yeah, I had that feeling because when Steve Cohen said get ready for some smoke, I know Bichette, which I'm still to this day confused why they signed him, but so it begins. This is again Juan Soto 2.0.
All right.
I think Yankees win this round.
I just wanted to get you guys round up for 7:30. We're going to have a new link. We'll be back in just a little bit. We're going to get a cup of coffee, and we'll be back with you. Don't go anywhere. Let's go, Yankees. Let's go, guys. You did a great job. And let's go up against the Mets for Cody Bellinger.
Come on, Hal.
Must end the season.